So hey anime fans, the series name is What If Naruto Got Harem with Helluva Boss. So let's start the series. Naruto presently had long fox ears at the highest point of his head. His introduction to the world checking is currently similar to dark lines his eyes seem to be that had red eyeliner on, and 9 foxtails with hooks toward the end, and through his tier clothing there was dark stamping like tribal tattoos the lump in his gasp. Could you at any point look after him structure me ruler stolas I did my part? The man expressed viewing at him as he left the room was fixed. Hello father, what made the opening in the rooftop? A little kid owl asked seeing a kid with fox hair marks qualities, he's delightful. She expressed heading toward pet him and grinned hearing him snarl in fulfillment like a murmur from a creature. It appears to be he's another appearance in Damnation Octavia. Stolas said cheerfully at his 14-year-old little girl she then, at that point, sees her mom was as yet frozen. Is mother going to be all right? Octavia said, checking out at the white snow owl Demonis. Indeed. Sweetie right when the spell wears off, Stolas said. After an hour, a couple of blue eyes with waves and cut like students, as he opens his mouth to yawn showing teeth, and squinted his eyes. Naruto felt something on his chest. Peering down, Naruto saw a resting Octavia. A resting owl, evil presence young lady. Well, not whenever something first like this happened to me, he thought, as he then, at that point, saw one of his tails that the fur at the finishes checked out at hooks with 3 fingers and 2 thumbs. Taking a gander at the entryway, Naruto saw 6 arrangement of eyes checking out at him and the young lady on his chest. Gracious, Poopak seems as though no doubt about it. Naruto flicker at the voice. Kurama, he thought. You sound close, where are you? Naruto questioned glancing around at saw the katana, in the interim on the opposite side of the entryway. Stolas and Stella were watching Naruto conversing with the katana. Well, this kid he appears to have a ton of force for a miscreant. Stolas talked. Thus, you've noticed it as well, and that katana one of the demons attempted to put it edge yet just to be set ablaze. Stella said, as she checked the kid out. Furthermore, young men quality it not emitting the ordinary feelings that each miscreant has. His transgressions find a sense of contentment within himself. Stolas said, it like a quiet twist yet he additionally radiates a glow like the sun. No big surprise your little girl tracks down him a decent spot to sleep. The Veil Man said, I'll devils check him out. Hi, call me FS. Quick version, I'm a divine being that the large person up there doesn't see as a divine being. I just returned to check whether the youngster was okay. FS expressed take a gander at Naruto who was currently checking him out. Ah, how charming, helped me to remember the time I'd woke on in an Amazon town, where the pioneer's girl was resting on me, yet your little girl is certainly not a 5-year-old young lady. Woman Stella on the off chance that you would with something to set thing up with the kid. FS said, Stolas then opened the entryway. Furthermore, strolled in seeing that Naruto was checking them out. In this way, I'm guessing you have some inquiry? Stolas asked as he brought out at flyer. Years after the fact, Uzumaki Naruto currently wearing a sleeveless dark zip hoodie with orange edge lines on his back is his family's peak the red circle with a dark twisting. Olive green jeans held by a dark belt with a satanic belt clasp. That has 3 weapon holster, one holding Kurama on his left side and 2 self-loader handguns at his back. 2 tan pocket that was swinging from a red scarf belt. His actually wears is Konoha and dark boots metal steel 2-toe spike and 1 spike at each recuperate. As he opened Stola's entryway who was perused some paperworks. Alongside him was Octavia who bounced Naruto embracing his chest. Naruto, I have some work for you, a colleague of mine requirements security, and with your abilities I think you'd be ideally suited for the gig, Stolas said with a sneer. Sure, Naruto said as he prepared. My little owlet, you really want to let him go. Stola's expressed straight as Octavia had been somewhat partial to laying on Naruto, saying she preferred how warm and delicate he was much of the time resting on him, and him too, like his significant other, found it concerning, but he didn't undermine Naruto like his better half did with dangers and yelling. Say thanks to Owl for all you help. Naruto praised Octavia and grinned at her as she moped, walking out on him. Gracious, my little owlet doesn't stress. I got him a telephone, so you can message and talk, Stolas said happily. Not 10 seconds after the fact, Naruto had several dozen messages in his telephone. Naruto grinned at this. You realize I'll need to switch this off during work. In any case, I'll call when I'm finished, he told the grinning owl young lady. Later, Naruto. Octavia said, leaving. Parking area in Damnation. Okay, so where is this individual Stolas referenced? She ought to be at this inn. Naruto addressed himself as he moved forward towards an inn. As he strolled, he got one more text from Octavia making him moan and laugh. He preferred the owlet. He did indeed. In any case, she was plainly exceptionally possessive of him for reasons unknown. Ha ha ha. So was that club of yours, Kurama said, chuckling. Naruto hit the sheath at the wall. Ow! Can't be help. I one gorgeous evil spirit, Naruto said. As he was up to speed in his thoughts, he neglected to see a speeding limousine heading towards him and colliding with him, and stopping, sticking him to the mass of the inn, where it stopped in a parking space close to said building. Naruto snarled at her, his eyes sparkling a deadly red. Gracious, pleasant look, the lady said rather enticingly. I'm your insurance, Naruto said, pushing the vehicle ahead. Are you Verasika? Naruto asked, as yet curious as to whether he could kill her on the off chance that she wasn't who he expected to safeguard. Indeed. I'm Verasika. Mayday, Verasika said, laying her hand on her hip as she paused dramatically. Extraordinary Stolas sent us to work for a rascal, Kurama said. Naruto jerked at this as he got the katana that had the spirit of his companion. He then, at that point, put it in a little green frog wallet. You get a break now, Naruto said as he stuffs the katana inside the frog's mouth. Take, the pop star said. Ha, Naruto said. Take it that you're new to Damnation. Thus, permit me to help you, she said. The hurling gotten into me, Verasika said, as she took a beverage from her cup and head back inside the limousine. She needs the D, Kurama said. Well, Damnation is superior to hurling. Realizing my karma, I'd go off the deep end up there with lots but idle time, and you accompany me. Naruto expressed, grinning at seeing Kurama wearing point ransack and hello on his head. Come on, hair, we should perceive the amount of a monster you are, Verasika expressed, checking Naruto out. Shouldn't we examine the work first? Naruto asked, worried about how mental this chick is acting. Straightforward, that is no joke, Verasika told him pointlessly, not exactly giving him any genuine data, as they began to stroll to a bar. What do you do that requires a guardian? Naruto inquired, as they passed open-air eating era. I'm a pop star. Don't you remember me? Verasika asked, shocked, as a great many people knew precisely what her identity was and would lay on the ground so she could stroll without scratching her new shoes by involving their bodies as a floor covering. Not actually, never got into music before I kicked the bucket and turned into this, Naruto said as he motioned to himself. Ah, that is uncommon. A great many people who push off become standard devils. Not the first of another species, Verasika said, a piece interested. Pause. I'm the just hellfox? Naruto asked with a grimace, as he suspected fox devils were conceivable, seeing different species he saw down here. Indeed, there are hellhounds. So you won't stand apart, an excess of charming, Verasika said, waving her hand. Goodness, sorry about that. They have brain of their just at times. Naruto said as he put Demon down as another devil came running towards them seeing that they were having a date. This demon is a male, likewise red skin and white spots on his cheeks. White sharp hair paves the way to his surprising highly contrasting striped horns. Yellow scara with dark cut students. Has a long red slim tail with a quadrilateral spike toward the end, as well as lean digitigrade legs finishing off with what gives off an impression of being cloven red hooves, suggestive of artiodactyls. Furthermore, wearing guys a naval force dark coat with red fastens and white sleeves, dark jeans, a white shirt that has a dark turtleneck, a huge red tie around her neck and one more on her head, and fingerless gloves. No issues I happens to at some point, right? The dark-haired pixie said. Indeed, thou you're fortunate I didn't break your neck, Naruto said as he wrapped his body with his tails. It's all right, partake in your date. The white-hair pixie said, not realizing that devil he was with Verasika Mayday. Hill will. Come on, saucy mom, gonna show you some pleasant this evening, Verasika said, as she hauled Naruto to an open stall. Verasika then, at that point, noticed Naruto's headband. In this way, topside ear, how soon do you get sent down here, in any case? The pop star asked Naruto, who'd checked her out. He grinned at her and recounted her his biography growing up, the great days and the terrible, and how he had passed on. Furthermore, as you see, due to my spirit was connected to Kurama, who is a being of obliteration and disdain, as well as having killed many individuals at when we'd bite the dust, he and I had changed. I became what you see now, and Kurama turned into a katana. Naruto told her as she drew near to him, her E-cup pressing his arm. So why you're here? Verasika said as their server left to get their food. I recently thought, reason for that headband of yours, you'd killed professionally, positive or negative. What compel you say that? Naruto asked her, as she tastes a portion of her wine that a server poured. Isn't that headband an image of Shinobi Town? Verasika inquired. We get some of them here, and they can likewise have family down here. Because of their chakra they had once they were alive, I was brought into the world down here, she said. The server returned with 2 plates of steak, steamed vegetables and squash potatoes, as well as 2 mugs with lager. Gratitude for letting me know that I could run into a close buddy, Naruto said as one of his tails tapped her thigh. He Maxwell, could we at any point have 2 chance glass and a bottle soju in the event that you have it, while perhaps not hard alcohol? Naruto said, perusing their server's unofficial ID. Gracious, I had heard that liquor was one of a no in the shinobi code. Verasika said, it one of the indecencies to look out for, so is lady and bedding. Naruto said, yet I'm in damnation, so a toast to an intuned life in hellfire with prostitutes, stripper and liquor with my new companion Verasika. Naruto said as he lifted his mug towards a grinning Verasika, who drew near to Naruto to murmur into his ear. You can call me. Naruto take a gander at her and grinned. Ha ha ha. Unit Rex this bitch. Kurama laughed as Maxwell returned with the 2-shot glass and a jug of soju. Much obliged, and in the event that you have, can bring a barrel of liquor, on the off chance that not a perfect garbage bin, and pour rum in it. Naruto asked as he takes out Kurama from his change tote. Immediately, sir, he said, leaving. The katana can drink. Indeed, he can, in the event that I get him sufficiently tanked. He nods off our brain, our connect, so on the off chance that I get a headache and he doesn't, he gets whiny. Naruto said. Also, this is the main way I can connect. With the rest of the world being seal in people is damnation onto itself. Kurama said, as he poured the soju in the shot glass, gave on to her and wounded the edge through the barrel, that the server come bar. Naruto then, at that point, took out a 20 and gave it to Maxwell. Much obliged to you, sir. Maxwell said. Goodness, Maxwell, those two pixies outside, could you at any point provide them with a cut of cake as a method for letting them know I'm grieved? As he took out a 50 and spotted his open hand. Grasped, sir, Maxwell said. A devil with an endearing personality. Verosika said. Imagine a scenario where somebody did that to you while you were out on the town. Naruto scrutinized her. On the off chance that it was somebody like you, I wouldn't mind. Yet I truly do see your point, Verosika said. Soon thereafter, Verosika's penthouse's loft room. Lemon, Naruto then kiss her tail. I'll sorry me pet. However, speedy inquiry on the off chance that I pose for cosplaying as a Shinto priestess. I'll do it. For you, Kami-sama, she shouted out. Furthermore, in the event that I was an evil presence, he inquired. I wouldn't make any difference, I'm excessively frail to stop you. On the off chance that I'd request a house cleaner feline young lady, he said as his tails clutched her shoulder and hips. I'll be Howlster's kitty breed, she said like a feline young lady. Secondary school young lady Kohai, he said as he let go of her tail. He then spooky hauls his nail down his twist. Much thanks to you for showing me you, that adoration me senpai. An unwavering kunoinchi for my town, he said as he arrived at the tip to her tail. I'll serve you, my Hokage-sama, Verosika expressed head down. I'll try and be a bee under your work area cleaning your kunai. I'm your prostitute, you skanky bitch cow. I'll be your Uzumaki rearing pet. Naruto grinned as he saw her pink eyes becoming red with pink spade hearts. She then, at that point, grinned at him. Will you do anything for me? In the event that I requested that you show me how to play a guitar, might I at any point depend on you? Naruto asked her as he kissed her neck. Obviously, I'll be glad to dominate, she said with a grin, giving Naruto a kiss. Lemon end. A couple of months after the fact, Naruto moaned seeing Verosika like this, totally and completely tipsy off her butt. Presently, he definitely dislikes individuals drinking or in any event, becoming inebriated. In any case, when somebody is totally shit-faced 7 days every week, it turns into an issue for him. Particularly assuming it's his slave/sweetheart. Alright, he doesn't know what their name would be beside unusual and insane, yet that is unimportant. Alright, I have had enough, Naruto said as he put her on her love seat after another drinking spree. Goodness, come on, saucy, you realize you like your party, young lady, Verosika slurred. I like you cheerful, however solid, so I'm not tolerating this poo any longer, Naruto said with a firm look all over. Why, you must be joking, she slurred out, stunned and a piece terrified. She was unable to deal with being cut off from her lord. I'm intense, Verosika. I approve of you drinking, or then again in any event becoming inebriated. In any case, each and every day you become inebriated. You want assistance. You don't need to remain at recovery for a really long time, sufficiently lengthy to figure out the ordinary drinking. Kindly do it for me. Verosika took a gander at Naruto and moaned. Alright, fine for you, however, first I have an issue, she said as she was becoming green. Furthermore, that is? Naruto asked with a cocked eyebrow at her. What a beautiful rainbow, Naruto said with a murmur as he tapped her back. I assume I vomited on my ex. Pleasant, Verosika said as she cleaned her mouth. Better believe it. That butthole, Verosika affirmed. Extraordinary. That is a last hurrah before I take you to rebuild, darling, Naruto said as he got her hand. Darling? What are we darlings now? Verosika asked with a laugh. Indeed, we're, what on earth are we, realize that I consider it? He asked as he no gander at her adorable sneering face. Indeed, I figured companions with advantages. However, I didn't think you really cherished me enough to give me a pet name that is so charming. Verosika said. That actually doesn't answer what we are. I feel like we're past companions with benefits, he clarified for the succubus. Stand by, you're good with that? Naruto asked inquisitively. Okay, my lord needs help while I'm in recovery. Verosika said as she squeezed his cheek happily. That is valid, Naruto said with a laugh, as since Verosika took his virginity, he had embraced the transgressions of the tissue, a piece as Verosika called it. I could call Octavia, check whether she was to go out. Furthermore, she on the off chance that I can a new position while I'm out there. Okay, however, might I at any point ask something final before we go? Our different ways. Take you from behind railing your butt while I drive you to recovery, Naruto said as he left her into his arm. Indeed, please, she said in a dull tone. The following several days, Naruto, subsequent to telling Kiki, Verosika's supervisor, as well as one of Verosika vocalists and hers and Naruto's sweethearts, that he took her to rebuild, he was presently searching for the time being position looking when he checked out a piece of paper with the words prompt homicide experts on it. Taking his telephone out, he called Stola's home. Hi to you, to Stella. Do all of you was better believe it at individuals who called your home telephone? Or you simply know it's somebody that won't warmly embrace you, I mean consider it assuming it was the sovereign of murkiness. Naruto said. Gracious. It's you, the Wanderer Fox. What is it that you need? Stella said. Nothing from you except for I was attempting to call you spouse. I really want data about a spot I consider murmuring up for work. Naruto said. Simply let him know I'll call him around 9 p.m. Do I seem to be? Naruto cut her off by hanging up on her. I'm a bitch asterisk. You're based, or do you hang up on me? Stella called him on his telephone. Did it sound like this? Naruto said as he hangs up on her. Naruto then, at that point, need to the IMP building address. In the interim, Stella was feeling warmed. Thus, I heard you're searching for a task, charming. Stolas said via telephone. This better not be a proposal for something that includes a GIMP cover, Naruto expressed straight, as he had heard what Stolas was into. He some way or another caused Verosika to appear to be agreeable. No, I have an exclusively keen interest in a specific devil, discussing which he has a business now and he's employing at present. And I think as an ex-ninja you would flourish at this specific employment. Stolas said. I'm tuning in, Naruto let him know, paying full interest now towards the Goetia ruler. Indeed, they're fundamentally contract executioners. They go to the human world and take out focuses for the departed in damnation who need vengeance or equity or perhaps pie. I don't have the foggiest idea. You mortal spirits generally appear to be bizarre to me on occasion. Stolas told him. This the new business with that irritating ass jingle on the radio? Naruto inquired. Exactly the same, and I heard my impy maintains that should do a television ad as well. Stolas said cheerfully. Well, it's better than nothing since I'm exhausted, so text me the location and tell Octavia hi for me, Naruto said happily as he hung up. Stolas grinned at this as he messaged the location to Naruto as he set out toward his little girl's room and opened the entryway, thinking she was paying attention to her music, excessively uproarious to hear him thump, particularly with her room's soundproofing. Gracious goodness, Naruto. Octavia's voice could be heard from her room once the entryway was opened. He looked and saw his girl pleasuring herself before what had all the earmarks of being a sanctuary devoted to the hellfox he had recently gotten off the telephone with. Stolas was in an excessive shock at seeing his little girl before him. He was unable to talk, nor would he genuinely need to talk and be seen by expressed girl during this present circumstance. He gradually shut the entryway and left the entryway. I think her gathering Naruto was a poorly conceived notion, everything considered. Stolas contemplated internally as he didn't anticipate that his little girl should turn out to be so obscene like him. I ought to call Naruto eventually and have him deal with this before Stella strolls in on Octavia in that, he thought prior to shivering at the picture of his significant other and girl battling about such a thing. It would be whole world destroying. With Naruto currently wearing a blue shirt, short shirt, a dark overcoat, pants and dark shoes, leaving a lift. As he strolled a few doors down, he saw the Pixie office. "Hello, pup," Naruto said. "Who has the balls?" The lady snarled out of frustration. "Sorry, child. I intended to make proper acquaintance," Wolfie, Naruto said with a smile. She gazed toward him and marginally squinted in shock. "Name's Naruto, yet you can call me anytime," Naruto said with a wink. "Name's Luna. You should have an enormous set to express that to me. Most would simply piss their jeans in alarm before I destroy them," she told him, sneering. "They seem like they need their eyes check," Naruto told her. "Hello, Luna, something emerged and there is somebody coming for a meeting, so rush, Millie, and I will." The male demon from the bar checked out. "Gracious you, that damnation for the bar," said the male devil. "You to know one another?" Luna inquired. "Quick version, I'm structure an alternate world, and when me too an ex-companion of mine triumphed, ultimately our last fight, our assaults cause an opening in reality," Naruto said. "Stand by that, was you, we felt that was the yearly cleanse, that event shockingly these years," the female demon said. "No doubt. Well, I was working not out on the town, but rather it had transformed into one yet to end the story, she in recovery to set her life up. Yet, she said I can see different young ladies, yet I simply have to ask her first." Naruto expressed seeing her eyes. Naruto then took his weapon, discharge a projectile at a firearm that was pointed at him by one more red demon, that very tall for his species and sports a harlequin-like stylish. He has red skin with white blotches of different sizes that cover portions of his lower arms, chest, and his tail, as well as the vast majority of the right half of his face. His irises are red, and he has a heart-formed skull image on the focal point of his temple. This is Blitzo or Rush. He has genuinely wide lower arms and hands, and a long limited head, out of which expands huge, bended, highly contrasting striped horns. He has dark spines on his head and upper back, as well as on his tail. His last parts with a three-sided point that has a dark spot at the tip. "Thus, your buggy, Stola's pixie darling," Naruto said. "It Blitzo, and that was only one time. Both of you did it 2 times, and whenever I'd strolled in on both of you," Naruto said. "Goodness, wow, you saw all that?" Luna inquired. "It was like taking a gander at the ass of God," Naruto said. "Unfortunate child," Luna said, tapping his head. Naruto grinned at her. "At any rate, I heard from Stolas that you're searching for certain laborers, and I really do have related knowledge, killing with this kind of work, one of them being a previous shinobi as well as a coach," Naruto said as 8 of his tails both snatched Blizzo and the white-hair demon. "Hold up, they put me down," the little pixie talked. They then, at that point, went back and forth and wound the pixies as the hints of popping and breaking, and in the event that you want more hands, I could always make more, Naruto said, as he put the 2 down. "Goodness. Wow, kid, you move the work, yet stake away from my little girl, or disaster will be imminent," Rush said. "Stand by, he's your father," Naruto shared with her. "He took on when I was 18. Goodness, you got embraced at age 3. I was kid out of the halfway house that keep my in a shade at the terrace," Naruto said, sneering. No, yet she attempted to have the halfway houses deal with a gathering pedophiles last time I heard that how she was gotten and killed, Naruto said. Recollected that day. No love lost. My overseer Miss Yamo attempted to do that also. Naruto's eyes enlarge at hearing that name. Does she have red hair? What's more, seems to be a revolting pug of a lady. Naruto said, removing her. Indeed, stand by, you're saying that you know her. Presently she continues to say that I could never add up to whatever was I'll return to damnation for the devil I'm. Naruto shared with Luna. Blitzo then, at that point, come up grinning. Indeed, she was right in a way. Indeed, yet additionally off base my spirit was associated with a devil, or I ought to say a bijou, Naruto said as he took out his frog wallet. He opened it and took out Kurama, who was dozing, that was displayed by a snot bubble. I took on a portion of his looks, and he turned into a weapon, Naruto told him. Regardless, I was perhaps go up there or be judge when I died, so the joke was on her damnation. I truly do consider a hellfire conceived. In any case, rush that work you need to do, Luna said. Not or work hours. Work mode is on while working. Last thing I need is to awful search in the supervisor's eyes, Naruto said. No doubt what he said, Luna said, as he passed on back to his office. Presently nighttime, that would be a different story, Naruto expressed, grinning at her. What about next Saturday night film? Their show, that new Deadpool film, is playing by Ryan Reynolds at Pride Theater. Are you certain your better half would cherish the reality you're going out on the town with another person? Luna said. Naruto took out his telephone and snapped a photo of her. I got authorization to pursue different young ladies with her, say as much. What's more, I'm sending your image. I'm likewise dating her trough, that was additionally one of her vocalists. You're dating a symbol? Luna asked him, as he had him a papers to get signed. Indeed. She a pop star. I'm fortunate she fell on me, Naruto said. Pop, yawn, what happened? Who this bitch? Kurama said. Goodness. Sorry, I mean, who is this female canine? That I can smell that she's a virgin, Kurama said. Miserable to say, we're a comprehensive bundle, Naruto said as he gave Luna the paper specialist back to him. Furthermore, Hoshi really don't really like him also either, Naruto said as he set aside Kurama back in his frog wallet. What's more, you simply lose your sake for the afternoon. Along these lines, you mind assisting me with other desk work? Luna asked him. Work or simply work? Naruto expressed, taking a gander at the paper that was the bills. I want to likewise get of a few additional clients from the outdoors that could have occupations for us. You have associations up top, Luna said. I'd went around the 9 rings due to the reality I'd was passing on in damnation, and a peculiar way made me a damnation conceived. Indeed, I warmed up to the crazy evil presences as well as higher up, so on the off chance that any of them need somebody kicked the bucket up there. Naruto said he got a thought. Here, let me utilize your PC front a little, Naruto said as he strolled over to Luna's side, taking a gander at what he was doing. She got confounded. What are you doing? She asked Naruto. An entrance then opened up, appearing Millie, Moxie, and Blitzo shrouded in blood. Goodness, you that fox evil spirit from that bar, Millie said, seeing Naruto and Luna on the PC. Anyway, what are you, Luna, doing? Was it actually that awful? Millie inquired. A portion of the bills were past due. One was your, and to take care of it, Barrage put your home on a home loan, Luna said. Rush, Moxie yelled. I get a spot you pixie can remain. It has a pleasant room, a backyard, as well as shoot entryways for the New Year's cleanse. Naruto expressed, considering one of different homes he purchased that he utilizes when Verasika, Kiki, Coco, Apple, Smooth, as well as himself uses to crash when they are close or saying in pride. Are you giving it to us? Moxie inquired. No, yet you can a tad cleaning the spot. We haven't involved the one in that frame of mind in years. And Barrage, in the event that you break it, I'll reclaim the book that stole his loan to you, to utilize comprehend assuming you cause problems. He causes problems. The old owl took somebody like me in after a divine force of obliteration saved my life, so don't cross me. Naruto said. Luna then gave her father the papers. I read this, it has no string join, yet the result are the ones you ought to investigate it. Luna said. Goodness, not awful, so on the off chance that I cross you, I'll everything, said Blitzo as he read the outcomes on the paper. You can be a dick to anybody outside that doesn't work for us. Yet when I accompany client and customers, you should be an ear to them, not a backside. Naruto expressed, checking him out. Yet, I have a clinical problem on the off chance that I don't let out my harmful conduct. It very much killed me. Blitzo expressed, draw out a card that was a clinical approval problem card ID. It called TBS, poisonous inside condition. Gracious, if that the case, get it done, however didn't get out of hand. Naruto said. Gracious. Okay, where do I sign? Rush inquired. Luna then pointed at the paper so he can sign. She then gave over the papers to Naruto, who signed and took out a stamp. Presently, says thanks to you for your time. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll bring donuts. Naruto expressed, getting up and left. Naruto then, at that point, got a text of Kiki. It was an image of her in a Dutch bar servant outfit as well as Smooth in a cow print swimsuit. Asterisk, would you love to help me smooth this cow? Huge boy. Asterisk, Kiki is a tall succubus, has long smoky silver hair, red skin, long tail, yellow scara, and red eyes. Where Smooth is a short stack succubus with short hair, has delicate pillowy fat lips. What's more, a pleasant ass to smack. All things considered, I understand what I'm doing this evening later, Naruto said as he vanished. Fortunate Charming Studios. Naruto was emerging from his restroom in a white wraparound. Following him was Kiki and Mikey, who were likewise in wash burglarizes. This studio building was important for the more extravagant part of the Pride Ring. It was one of the many structures that he had purchased. In Pride, it could serve as a recording studio for Verasika and her group, as well as their home in the event that they were find themselves in Pride Ring for anything. So how find another guardian going? Asked Naruto as he checked Kiki out. Well, there was one person here, he is Vortex. His companions call him Texas, great at his specific employment as has extraordinary audits from past specialists. How could he do in the test? I'd me for the team. Naruto expressed, taking a gander at the recording of every guardian that stepped through the examination. They were placed in reenacted fields based on irregular things that could occur in both the rings down here as well as the top side. By giving them a VR headset as well as they were to some degree having his spot as their protectors. Up to this point, Tex was the main, excessively past with a couple of simply being fairly harmed, no demise on genuine mode. The rest thought it was a game. Smooth said, they just giggled at our VR clones' demises. The response, they single out every one of you on he to deal with your. Naruto inquired. Vortex provided for his heart. Kiki said, embracing Naruto. What framework did he go with? Naruto as he and Kiki to a seat. The PAL framework. Smooth expressed, sitting on Naruto's lap. He passes. Call, he let him know he lands the position, tell Coco and Apple to him, pick him preparing. Naruto said as they watch Netflix and Youngster. Indeed, they required an opportunity of downpour today, yet a lovely fallen point. The miscreant opened her eyes as saw Naruto grinning at her. Hi, I'm Uzumaki Naruto, and you are? Naruto asked the new female delinquent who become flushed at hearing Naruto call her delightful. Naruto put her all the way down. I'm Jessica Mayberry, Jessica said. She then checked herself out. Where am I? What befall me? She asked, checking him out. Naruto breathed out a few air and spat a hand her head. How about we start with how and why first? All right, yet not here, Naruto said. Opening the back vehicle entryway that was a rough terrain driver trucks, on the highest point of the truck was a Gatling firearm turret. Hello, Kiki. Smooth, this is Jessica Mayberry. You mind watching her? I'll return her to our home in pride when we drop you off working, Kiki said as she grinned at Naruto. Fallen angels? Jessica said as she got in. Naruto shut the vehicle entryway. We are succubus, your karma that Naruto got you. In his delicate long, solid tales of his, Draining said. Is he a devil? The miscreant questioned. No, he a thoughtful soul that was bargain a hard life, Kiki says. Not my shortcoming, I was fixed in him by his dad, Kurama said in the back food was. Jessica took a gander at where the voice come from. She saw a katana with a fox head for the watchman. Did that katana just talked? Oi, I was once an evil presence that could have obliterate this whole city with one swing with me own tails. For hell's sake, I'd run damnation until I was removed from here aback to my unique world, Kurama said. He, simply frantic reason for what befall him. Naruto entered the vehicle, drove off. Okay, you're in heck where every one of the heathens end up when they pass on. In here you can either be under person of assume responsibility for life. When I was alive, I was a shinobi. Here I'd utilize the expertise I gain in life to, yet you can remain with use. On the off chance that you need, simply do a little housework and I'll check whether I could assist you with getting a new line of work. My occupation could utilize another secretary, yet I'll need to ask me manager first. Naruto said, where accomplish you work at? Jessica inquired. Prompt homicide experts, where miscreants go to enlist us for vengeance, being double-crossed by a close buddy, killing an objective that killed our client, you get it. Naruto said. Thus, Jessica, how did you pass on? Smooth inquired. Saucy was in battle. His last assault makes him tumble to heck. He was biting the dust when Ruler Stolas tracked down him as well as a peculiar being. Save him. Some way there are a couple of things we'll need to converse with you about, Naruto said as they arrive at Devil's structure. Yet, that should hold on until sometime later. Naruto said they park. Jessica saw Blitzo emerging. Morning, Chief. I brought donut. Well, the huge box is our own, the little one. The pack has a place with my young lady. Tell Baba I realize she can make it happen, Naruto said as he gave Kiki and grabbed Smooth's tits. Later, Saucy, Smooth said as Naruto assumed Kurama and positioned it on his back. Kiki shut the entryway that drove off. Was that a heathen at the secondary lounge? Blitzo inquired, as the 4x4 junkie truck left the parking area. Indeed, she just arrived today. Let her go through the 7 phases like any other individual. Gracious. You realize you can get news structure the human world right, Blitzo said as he and Naruto left to enter their office. Great morning. I'd presented to donuts, the great kind, not the ones from the modest spot that are essentially as hard as a stone, Naruto said, holding 6 boxes of donuts, viewing at Moxie and Millie as Luna as he went into their gathering room. Naruto glanced around. Is that a human youngster in damnation? Boring tale. Morning, Naruto. Thank you for the donut, Moxie said as he got a jam donut. Better believe it, we got some unacceptable objective, Millie said. Not at the present time, Moxie. I have a couple of comments, said the primary devil as he walked about with his tail waving behind him. Okay, Presently I realize business has been a piece slow of late, yes. It's nobody's issue, alright? I'm not naming any names here, Moxie, said the demon, taking a gander at the subsequent pixie named Moxie, while he gave him a befuddled and blaming see his chief. Presently, does anybody have any brilliant thoughts on how we can get business rustling up once more? What might be said about a vehicle wash? Said the female pixie. This is heck, Millie. Nobody thinks often about vehicles being cleaned here, alright? Ooh, what might be said about a board? 2 focuses for 1 arrangement, a similar cost for 1 objective. However, we could charge them to record their objective being killed. Naruto said. Okay, that could work, Millie said. Besides, we can't bear the cost of a bulletin. Sir, said Moxie, feigning exacerbation. Not with that demeanor, Naruto said. Naruto, right, Mox? Blitzo said. You can't go any place. In life, simply sulk around. Or then again, jug of all that resentment. Hell, punch me right. Naruto said, stick his hand toward Moxie, who took a gander at this rapidly punch his palm. Wow, that was so frail, I'll prepare him later. Naruto expressed, seeing his chief. Feeble damn Mox, and get a few loads. Let the unit said he can prepare you. Kurama said at the seat close to Naruto. Did that katana simply talk? Moxie said. This is Kurama. When I was a child, he was seal inside me. He was a monster 9-followed fox, known as a biju. Naruto said. In this way, talking katana that was once a kaiju. Blitzo said. Biju, Naruto said. I must compensation him. No, he and I are connect. You simply pay me, consider him my still, small voice that I could you to kill devils. Naruto said. I was your persona devil that your dad fixed in as an infant. Your first gift that your father gave you was a 9-tailed fox. That astonishing. Millie said. Just you and the pack's young ladies can utilize me. Any other person, I'll utilize them. Kurama said. By that he'll be controlling them or setting them ablaze. Naruto said. Oh my goodness. Moxie said. Cool. Millie said. I was made into be the town form of an atomic weapon of war. Naruto said. In addition to this little poo bin faking be in a comma or whatever. Pointing at the little kid. Just so these poop head don't kill me, the kid said. Be that as it may, presently what did I need passing? Kid said, he the beginning rousting Blitzo, Moxie and Millie. What's more, both of you. Ack. He stops as one of Naruto's tails snatched him. Hello, Luna Mind, opening the entrance. Of course, Naruto. She then, at that point, heard her damnation telephone go off. Gracious. Crap that the client turns out he's the objective. Him, the devil said. Me, the kid stifled out. They believe that we should kill a youngster, Blitzo said. Better believe it, and we get more cash assuming that we record it, Luna said. Naruto get Kurama and grinned. No doubt. Hold for play shooting would rather not have chance and let my open a gateway, Naruto said, delivering Kurama's cutting edge, opening an entry. Say when. Expressed Naruto as the gateway was high overhead, over the Hollywood sign in L.A. Millie and Moxie took out their firearm, as well as Blitzo, who grinned. Pull, he said. Naruto threw the kid. Goodness, could bodyguarding work high-positioning aristocrats? Naruto said. I don't know, kid. That appears like a. Consider the cash. Naruto said. Okay. Putting that up, Blitzo said. At the water cooler. Thus, what you said in the face's room, do you think can prepare me to get more grounded? Naruto said. Assuming you need my preparation, you'd want for death, I'll put you through every one of the 7 sins. Yet I'll need to open you chakra, Naruto said. Chakra is it that the hippie poop, it physical and profound gracious God and seems like that yet our kin weaponized it. Naruto said as he made a Rasengan with his hand. Oh, Blitzo said before he could extreme it. Naruto slammed the twisting ball on to a wooden tab, making winding on top of it. You'd recently heard me say we'd weaponized it, right? In any case, I could take him an old air terminal I own in the outdoors, or one of my distribution centers. Naruto said, You have a position of in the outdoors and thank for that house you gave us, Moxie said. No issue, it has a place with my sweetheart. It was one of the ones she needed to dispose of due to the reality she had it with her ex. Terrible separation? Moxie inquired. I don't have the foggiest idea why. Not asked Rush. Hear about Verasika Mayday. Naruto told him. You dated a pop beginning. Millie said. And you're dating Verasika Mayday. She expressed, checking him out. You and my ex. Blitzo expressed, checking him out. Yeep. Dating, at this moment she in recovery, I can't have been tipsy for her entire life. Naruto said. He then held Kurama, a crushed Blitzo, on the head. Ow, he said. That was for making her extremely upset, Naruto said. Naruto then, at that point, got a message on his damnation telephone. Peering down, he saw it was Coco. New young lady attempted to cut herself. The bitch is as yet alive. We will help her tonight. Hello, Blitzo. Recollect that miscreant I was with toward the beginning of today. Definitely. Figure you can recruit her, Naruto said, leaving the workplace. Stand by, Naruto. How might leave damnation? Moxie inquired. Chakra caused my kin to become like a damnation conceived. I believe it's sort of so it like a lope opening we can utilize. Naruto said in running setup. I'm going with Blitzo. Greasy watch the nightfall, I'll returning. Luna said. Things will be different now, Millie said. What do you mean? Will one day Luna is behaving like a completely bitch. Torment. So next thing she'll be wearing less troublemaker goth look and well, Naruto's material look, investigating a webbing dress. Millie said. Stand by, Looney return. Blitzo said. You did that intentionally. Moxie said. What you going to about Moxox? Millie said as she hopped on Moxie. Naruto and Luna were in the lift alongside Blitzo. Thus, you in all actuality do realize you just left two horny teens alone, right? Naruto said. Satisfy, Moxie doesn't have the balls to do that in the workplace. Blitzo said. Moxie no. Yet shouldn't something be said about Millie feel like the one to do that? Naruto inquired. Indeed, we come do that in front of you. No will contact my loony, Blitzo said. Close it or I give you to Stola's or most terrible your head to his significant other Stella. Naruto said. Appreciate you friend with benefits, Luna. Blitzo said, leaving the initial lift's entryways. Along these lines, how can you go to see this miscreant? Basic. I can magically transport. Naruto said as Kurama's jaw open A to the bijou turn katana and cut the space before them and dark void protel. Women first, Naruto said. Wow, aren't you a sap? Luna said, as she strolled in through the dead space door. Naruto strolled in, grinning in the entrance. That simply make me sweet. Naruto answered back to her. LFS. Poop looked like at time we'd got swat by that revolting savage Karen and her lip dick spouse Kaven. Naruto said. Wow, I caught wind of Karen's. They all were seeing as their way down here. Luna said. Luna, everybody goes to damnation. I will not be astonished in the event that youngsters with no guilty conscience go to paradise in any case, get thrown out once they hit 13. Naruto said. You imagine that also? Luna said. Goodness, nary you here. Luna bounced up on Naruto's arms as she took a gander at a succubus with medium-length fair hair tied in a high braid with two bangs outlining her round face. Huge pink eyes with yellow sclera, muffled pink skin. A long pink tail with two dark imprints on the external edge of the bolt tip, two little wings on her upper back, two thin horns with dark tips, and sharp teeth behind her merry grin. She is wearing an open purple and pink strip zipped increased hoodie coat that was available to show her B-cup braids in a that was enthusiastic about her to a point she could rear her hands. Her open coat shows her she has on a dark strapless bra that was gladly appeared through her denim overalls that halted just underneath her posterior appearance off her toned legs and red blood configuration close to the lashes. Two little wristbands on her right arm and fashioner tie heels. She had a tattoo of a snake winding around her left thigh while going through a nibbled apple. Over her butt is the Uzumaki family tribe mark tattoo. Who's she? I believe she's a resurrected individual from the Pi family from MLP. Her name's Apple. Last name I don't joke is Pi. Naruto said. Indeed, that writer that being my last name when perused the pop star and the musician. Apple said with a grin that make a squeak sound. All right, that was odd. Luna said. Yo, Naruto brother, that new young lady simply needs evil presence master when she turns on the television. She then, at that point, tracked down the SNN, when she figured out that the lady that her better half was undermined with was as yet alive. Brother, she needed complete crazy. Said an incubus with Hispanic pronunciation. He has a trendy hairstyling, two thin dark horns, a long dark tail with quieted red skin, and was wearing a sleeveless maroon shaded hoodie, pants, and dim shoes. Who, the Lobo Chica brother? The incubus. This Luna she another companion structure work. We came to see Jessica to check whether she able to work for IMP as a work area work. Naruto said as he flipped their mentor showing a two incubi embracing in dread. The primary incubus had radiant red skin, a dull dim shirt with a red wolf head configuration, long dark jeans, dark dress shoes. His long tail finished in a bolt-formed dark tip and had a dark choker on. He had pink eyes with dark-cut students, dim yellow sclera, and had white hair on top cleared to one side with the rear of his head and sides shaved down showing the dark underlying foundations of his hair. He additionally had two little, dark, evil wings, embracing a taller incubus with dark spiky hair, and two horns bending upwards in similar design as his hair, pink eyes with little dark cut understudies and yellow sclera. He had a worn-out dark shirt with a silver insurgency sign on it, is flaunting his toned strong abs, dazzling red skin, dark jeans, and dark softened cowhide shoes. His tail got going red at the foundation of his spine until it gradually blurs into dark to the bolt-molded tip. Notwithstanding his enormous size, he had two thin dark wicked wings on his back. He likewise had an enormous trick card tattoo on his neck. I thought you said she was cutting herself. Luna said. The 7 phases of melancholy, it no joke. Naruto told her. It's okay now. Josh expert the newbie is quiet down now. Naruto told the gay couple. He then snaped his fingers and all that was broken, crushed, and was consuming was scattered. Goodness. Is that piece of your Hellfox's powers or that chakra stuff? Luna's asked him. It a touch of both. Naruto shared with her, as Naruto left to track down Jessica. Goodness. How terrible is it? Naruto inquired. She isn't a Hiru. She went absolute crazy brother. Cat yelled. Say thanks to Cat. Naruto said opening the entryway seeing Jessica presently was greater looking more satanic. 6 raven wings her upper arms were jaguar arms and paws. She had columns of sharp teeth and eyes were totally red. She was breathing vigorously. Her dress was torn because of her developing into the side of a van. "Hi, Jessica, I'm here to tune in." Naruto made some noise, certainly standing out. She went after Naruto, yet Naruto snatched her face, and his tails got the remainder of Jessica's body. "You are not a beast, you're a spurned soul projected away by a divine being who quit conveying about his kids." As he said this, Naruto centering his chakra through her body, she then, at that point, began to transform into a succubus. "Kindly kill me, that bitch, to everything from me," Jessica said, crying. Naruto getting her jawline and kissed lips. "Jessica Mayberry, for your wrongdoings you'll live on, as my bitch, as my lady, and my whore, as well as one of my evil spirit breeds. Do you grasp me?" Naruto said. "What are you talking about?" Jessica asked, not realizing her legs turn around to ordinary. "From this point forward, always and forever, I be your ruler, your god. And you ace," Naruto said. "On the off chance that you little dick washout could see what a lovely lady he had as a spouse, or on the other hand, on the off chance that God can't see that what a decent individual you are, then God ought to be here consuming in damnation for not being wonderful themselves. Presently the young ladies will take you out, and tomorrow first thing I'll take you to the rooftop so you can revile out each and everything that you spouse did. I have a companion that could look through his recorded." Naruto said. "You're such a sap," Luna said. "Yet you're right, that makes you sweet," she said cheerfully. After an hour back at Demon, a fracture in the workplace opened up in Luna and Naruto, who currently dress in a full dull blue strategic ninja gear protective layer, emerged from it. Blitzo saw this, a chuckle at seeing Naruto. What with the cosplay Naruto making a beeline for Comic-Con. "Ha ha ha," Blitzo said. "I'm doing recon on a hit that will accomplish for certain positions," Naruto said. As Luna took out a record on Mayberry's hit. "The lady's name is Martha. Our client Jessica will be reaching the week's end to let you know the rest. She will be working off her bill," Luna said. "Rico crap, for what reason do we need that?" Blitzo inquired. "Data can save our life, in addition to something doesn't feel right," Naruto said. However, it was his ordinary tone. It was rough, cold, and shaped like the edge of a cutting edge. At the point when Luna opened the gateway, Naruto utilized the change jutsu, handing him over to a little bird, a sparrow. Furthermore, influenza straight up to Luna's work area, in which she put a little covert operative camera. "Return toward the day's end," Luna said as he flew in the entry. "Okay, that was boss, no kidding. Regardless of whether he transformed into a sparrow," Moxie said. "Was that a covert operative camera?" Blitzo inquired. "Indeed. I'd meet Naruto old associates. They utilized this thing that Apple made. The association should be extraordinary. I could like up my telephone. And oh my goodness, the hurling is that," Luna yelled, seeing the help to remember Jessica body being utilized as furniture as well as other person. "What is Naruto eating, a worm or a grub?" Blitzo asked as he checked the video out. "Gracious God, that is simply unacceptable, even I'm not screwed up." Naruto then took off as a firearm was taking shots at him. When got into town, as he takes a gander at bulletin that show a low B-rank film called Open Entryway. That at entryway open and flew directly into Moxie. "Oof," Moxie said, scouring his head. Naruto the poof back to himself. "They have firearms, and thank you Moxie, now we want to prepare," Naruto said as he then got up. "In this way, family full crazy slope bill executioners?" Blitzo inquired. "Gracious, better believe it," Naruto said. "Planning on killing them yourself?" Millie inquired. "Gracious, yes ma'am, hook and edge, and afterward I will show that town that God made a mistake sending Jessica down here," Naruto said as he messages at the gathering talk. Young lady night bunch. He whores might I at any point do it for you, a male incubus said. The two just gestured at each other. Jessica sprinkles her shot glass of liquor even with the incubus. Where Kiki wounded him in his grasp with a blade. Kiki, for what reason do you do this? Jessica said. What? Wasn't that a gesture to wounded him in his grasp? Kiki asked her, which Jessica gestured. Gracious. Sorry, she's new around here. She then felt something vibrating, taking out her telephone. I'll prepare in anger. Fox continuing hunting tell toward the finish of the week. Gracious. Sweet Naruto's upset, Kiki said. How could that be great? Jessica said. Kiki grin as she eliminates the blade. She then, at that point, took her to the table with Coco, Apply and Smooth. What going on? Ply asked Kiki. Naruto is pissed. Jessica's objective going to chase when she goes to Pixie. Kiki said. Sweet, we get screw charming blood desire. We got to tell the young men they need to work of elsewhere that evening. Apply said. What's going on? Well, Naruto is excessively distraught and gets the blood desire. So Verosika help him. However, one day his blood desire gets so terrible and Kiki during needed to remained over cause here loft was getting demessed with. Also, well, Coco said. I was unable to feel my legs for quite a long time. They were go to jam, and if not for my loft having a Helmites. Kiki said. Helmites? Think rodent-size bug that eat all that not made tissue, sweetheart. That evening Verosika was struggling with Naruto long for he killed a biker somebody attempting to hijack her that day. Kiki said. I was the first, Smooth Coco and Apple. That was an alternate story. Kiki said as she grinned. The young men wear hair having a trick battle on an excursion visit. In the outdoors when we stop at an underground aquifer. Cat Switch tricked him by around then Mikey her was a virgin who really liked Naruto. Cat Switch the male and female signs as well as close guys spring for cleaning. After I strolled in, he then, at that point, took care of the staff to secure us there until Smooth said. At the time Naruto behaved like it was anything but no joking matter, she said recalling what occurred. The spring made him a piece smashed in addition to did enjoyed a lager with him and offered me some to drink. Things were said then I took me risk. Naruto got Cat back. After that by giving him a dead arm. Coco said with a snicker. I'd hop terrified him. In the shower it was cold. Apply said. The explanation way, you continued neglecting to dress later, the folks wouldn't fret. Apple said. Cat is bi, Josh and Expert are gay. Coco said. Indeed, you wouldn't fret either. Apple said. Ms. I sat all over when he was going through his most memorable intensity. She said recalling. He made clones that took us in a group bang. Coco said. He can make clones. Jessica inquired. Naruto can accomplish more than that, Smooth said. Like? He extraordinary in the kitchen, Coco said. He knows where to hit where we are sore, Kiki said. He sure is, Smooth said, scouring her shoulders. He's my gamer bubby and baking amigo, Apple said. My ex never at any point intents me, Jessica said. In a stockroom, Cat, Josh, Ace, Blisto, Millie, Moxie as able-bodied as a hellhound named Vortex. Looked at a white lath of Martha's home, a annual her and the family. Okay, any idea on how we get revenge? For Jessica, her hometown thinks Martha is a hero and put Jessica acceptable name through the mud. Naruto said. Why should was care? I beggarly Jessica is bigger off her. Josh said. Millie appearance him. Naruto said as Millie shows the annual of beastly furniture. Oh, bits in a basket. Loco and I anticipation what you did at with that biker accumulation in the boarded on Toko Tuesday. Kat said. Making them hit Amber Pants wasn't that bad. Well, you could accomplish it attending like a assassination and suicide. Moxie said. Naruto Breach is as gas posse's Martha demography out Kurama cut kids arch off as able-bodied as acid her bedmate anatomy in half. Application her ancestors' claret to address a bulletin on what she and her ancestors did and what she was activity to do to the Mayberries. Afresh annihilate herself. My abutting one mox, Millie said. I anticipate that won't be enough. What about, and I'm say this annual the abode about the abysmal allotment of the woods, and beastly attack? I said. Naruto in his abounding demon barbarian anatomy ripping Martha in half, with his claws, breaking the abutting of her husband. As the kid run into their home alone for one of Naruto's cape effective his leg thrashing the alley afresh rapping about his anatomy bustling his arch off. Naruto afresh coursing bottom-ward Martha's daughter. Jumping on her and ripping in her throat. That could work. Anyone else? Naruto asked. But Martha is abandoned so she ability accept STD. And if she as it so does her family, Naruto said. You could baker her ancestors and accomplish her eat them. That comatose her. Blitzo said. I aperceive a cookbook you can use. Tex said. And afterwards that annoy her body. In the Bay's room. Josh said. And delay for the cops. The badge of fresh came in the destroy. Aperture breadth bug active off Martha's family. They afresh begin Martha bisected comatose in her annoyer abounding of her ancestors one of the cops looked about the room. She afresh was through to the electric chair. Wait how about all three? Millie said. Naruto in his werfox braked in Martha's home and assault the shit out Martha's ancestors affronted her adapted ancestors into Martha missing genitalia of her anatomy that were augment to her bedmate and children. Naruto afresh fabricated them into soup. He afresh effective by the abutting and a funnel. Enjoy the meal, the demon Naruto said as he fills her abdomen with her family. She afresh took out a rope and affronted it about her body. She was afresh drags through her home. Looking at about her walls, she saw the dry claret of her misdeeds accounting bottom ward in the claret of her family. Her aperture was sewn shut. The words lyrae craved on her bald-headed head. Fourth with murder and adulterer. 3 canicule had abode and the bounded polices arrested to see if she all right. Jessica was now in her allowance at her lath and annual her Boondocks newspaper. With a smile as she apprehended adage the hero was a monster. As she has a set of headphones listening. To some music she afresh notices a DVD disc label. Feeding Martha her accomplished ancestors' recipe. She afresh put the aggregate up to max as she approved blocking the babble advancing from the adept room. Lemon, you apperceive the rules. You want to draft a load. You do it abysmal inside. Panted Luna while animated coyly. Oh wow. That was amazing, Luna said as she approved to get up but was afresh pushed on all 4. Wait, you still appetite a go, Foxy? Luna said as she acquainted Naruto apprenticed his chest on her ashamed her addendum rubbed his abs. Oh my 7. She thought. We are not done yet not until you abide to you Baron my bitch. Naruto said in her ear. Oh, you appetite to be my alpha does this big bad demon appetite to be the Baron of Hell. Oh, you appetite to be God. Oh, you are a god. Luna said as she bit bottom ward on a pillow. Who's God I am my bitch, Naruto said, alarming in her ear. Luna was in a mix a affliction and pleaser. Mine you are my G-god. Amuse my alpha. Booty me as you mate. Luna cried out. And asthmatic like a dog in heat. She afresh howled abashed the window glass. This adulation puppy act like a beggarly babe, but you apperceive what you absolutely are abysmal bottom ward a acceptable babe who allegation addition to love. Naruto said he a fresh bit bottom ward of Luna's shoulder. I know, Naruto said. Oh, if it gets too bad. She can consistently put me and the blow of you girls in detention, Naruto said. Oh, you bad boy, she said, humping his crouch. But this acceptable babe loves this bad boy, Naruto said, kissing lips. I adulation him a lot, ashamed he's sappy, Luna said. An hour later, Jessica was now at the roof, topped attractive at Naruto attractive at a alarm active down. Jessica, ashamed I was adolescent and up top afore I'd became this. I was a boy with problems that could be apparent affairs antic in a angel run by ninjas, Naruto said. He smiled then achromatic as he looked at the clock. But do you see that clock? Kiki told me that alarm counts bottom ward for the New Year purge, Jessica said. Angles appear bottom ward actuality from heaven killing annihilation that is out in the streets. Sinners as able-bodied as the bounded demons, Naruto said. But alone in pride out in the open. That not inside. And that is one New Year's Eve right. Is that beggarly New Year day alike way worst? She asked attractive at Naruto, the wind alarming his beard back. Yes, it makes a ability vacuum, causing aggressive blackmailer to altitude you the ability ladder. Naruto looked at her. I'm not ashore her and nether are you. Aloof ask me and we can leave pride on that day, Naruto said to her. And if we can't? Jessica said attractive at her. The alfresco is built to aftermost riots as able-bodied as the central congenital a aggressive apple, Naruto said. But I appetite you to bark out in top of your lungs to that pieces of bits bedmate what you are activity to do now in this new life of yours, Naruto said. Like so. You'd cared about you acceptance, ashamed you were animate right? Naruto asked. Yes, I did. Why? Jessica asked. How would you action a kid who was casted abroad that her was affiliated to Article Nightmare? Naruto asked. If you were me students, I would advise you, Jessica said as she gave him a kiss on the cheek. Can you absolutely bitch? Naruto questioned. Her he'd smiled and absolved as she absolved in as Jessica banknote afterwards him. The abutting day, so. Their eye was in the throat abdomen of a behemothic snake aroused this affair was about the admeasurement of a football acreage stadium. Naruto said. Was cogent his co-worker. About the Chunny exams. Oh my Satan, Millie said. How did you get out? Moxie said. Well, 12-year-old me was freaking out but afterwards approved to cut my way out didn't work, so I fabricated a new plane I'd used. I acclimated the adumbration clone jutsu, Naruto said. Application the white lath to draw pictures for Blitzo. You'd turned the snake into a balloon, Blitzo said in shock, as the chibi Naruto's aggrandized the snake's body. Well yeah, Naruto said. But that was activity to be the aftermost time I'd myself central of behemothic admeasurement animal, Naruto said. To actuality my adolescent brother the three-tailed turtle Isabu, who is a shy and harmless, and four-cape ape dragon Son Goku. So do you accept Devore kink? Blitzo asked. Funny Vero, already said that you would booty a horse's dick up your ass, Naruto said. Still can accept you Anachronous a pop star, Millie said. Hey Blitzo, we accept a applicant 50k. To booty affliction of ex-partner, Jessica said. Will that be lover or business accomplice that ashamed Akim in the ashamed absolute his lover? He additionally I'll put an extra 55k if we kill that bilker allegation and accompany them both of them at this locations. Naruto looked at this. Why does he has admission to his money ashamed he was alive? Naruto said. Every admiration why affluent bodies act like an ass the way they do. Moxie Catechism Naruto. Cause of abridgment self-esteem? Naruto said with he aloft his duke with his feel and deride actuality to inches. His co-workers beam at what Naruto was point at. Yes, but they accumulate their money bottomward here. Millie said. Oh, hey Jesse Apperception calling. The applicant up and ask him if he knows his accomplice coffer annual numbers as able-bodied as his ex's number. Naruto said. Oh, that absolutely acquisitive Naruto. Is that the fox in you? Jessica asked. What am I activity to do with you? Oh, that not for us that for Blitz here. Naruto said. Me, you're giving the ambition undead money to me. The appointment leases is beneath me and Millie. Wait, why Millie? Blitzo asked. Looked at Moxie, he looks like a babyish, and if I buy a Bjorn and put you in it Muxie, you will abatement asleep. Naruto said. They do attending comfy. Muxie said. And that does attending fun by one that can backpack too, Millie said. But yeah, in this you can accept some spending money on whatever you want. How abundant money did you acclimated to pay on our bills? I accept been put on band account in some bank in greed. So no botheration with money, you can leave the Pride Arena and access added ring. My admired abode at that spa at the Animalism Arena the girls took me to. Jessica said. How did she get out of Pride? Moxie shouted in confusion. She had the 7 stages of grift. So, I gave her a chakra infusion. Naruto said. Oh yeah, she had cat legs. Blitzo said. She advantageous, she'd annihilate you. Millie said. Was it activity that bad? We may not accept law officiation bottomward here, but we do accept bodies to handle that ashamed a blackmailer has become bizarre beast. Luna said attractive down. It not good, the barbarian eats aggregate in afterimage and blackmailer accomplish it affliction the sin of the blackmailer get accumulation on top of the bizarre barbarian aboriginal sinner. Millie said. So what happens to them? There's a zoo actuality alleged the zoo of sin and blackmailer are accustomed in chargeless as food. Naruto said, as Boltso fabricated the aperture amphitheater to the beastly world. In an alleyway in the Berghall of LA, Naruto adapted into his beastly form. So, the targets I anticipate we can accomplish it attending he comatose his new wife. As able-bodied as a fresh he'd be bolter by the cops here. Naruto said. Well, you can transform in anything. Blitzo said. Moxie attractive at their targets with a brace of binoculars. Why not accomplish it a carjacking and drive them off a cliff? Moxie said. Why is that? They accept a disciplinarian and he attending pissed off to animate for them. Moxie said. Naruto afresh looked at them. Oh, the fat tits of Buddha. It's Kavin and Karen. You apperceive the targets? Blitzo asked. They ruined Apple's altogether party. They alleged swats on us and about comatose us. One bedfellow got attempt and had to be in the hospital, Naruto said. These assholes are mine. Apple the one with the diaphoresis tooth, right? Millie asked. Yes. All because those jackasses admitting we were accomplishing coke. I was authoritative dragon's aliment candy. Naruto said. Naruto afresh took of a aroused bat that had one eye, and gave Moxie his hell buzz. Moxie, can you recode animate video to Hell Hub? Okay, you animate Naruto. Hello? Anybody, this video is sponsors by Big AL's non-meat. Don't ask what it is. We are killing those 2 beastly Kavin and Karen payoffs. Naruto go with Moxie idea on their deaths. Blitzo said. Oh, I'll be demography them for a dive. Bethink you little imp boys and girls it not nice ruining some birthday. The guilt can lead to botheration into the approaching assurance me additionally never lit a candle on a cake, if you had to airing at a bazaar tent. Blitzo said. Naruto and the two added imps looked at him. Any today I'll be bold you all article air-conditioned about possession. Naruto said. Blitzo see breath he was activity with this. Oh. Do acquaint who or what you are activity to booty over? Blitzo asked. Funny you say what that appropriate kids if you accept a aptitude to possess you can booty over object, and to all the Stephen Barron fan bottom ward in hell, their car is a red Cadillac that has been discontinued for actuality a afterlife trap, Naruto said. Naruto afresh ran adapted into a fox then into an orange could. That flew in the car's engine. Naruto then took over the car and put on the Audacity agent ablaze on. What activity on your airhead affection picker? Shouted an old abbreviate man with no hair. The Audacity agent ablaze is on, said a aphotic bark African-American man in his 20s. Accepting out of the car. Naruto a fresh collection off in rever and spined the car about and left. Wow attending at this Naruto go, Blitzo said. Nice aciculate turns acid off car about hit that abandoned actuality with the cans. Moxie said. We are pay to annihilate the bodies that we are higher, and he's extensive the cannon falls. Sir. Sharp bedrock at the bottom? Blitzo asked. Look like it, Millie said. Go for to kid. He yelled as the car collection off the bluff and into the arena acceptable a blaze ball. Naruto the appeared in a gold flash. And to all the blackmailer out there in pride where the Anon-annihilation professional will be there forever. You accept been warned, Naruto said. Naruto was walking bottomward the artery accepting some advantage and was branch for his car ashamed edition bumped into him authoritative him beat his groceries. Naruto scowled and looked at the demon who bumped into him he was acid a red suit. Hey what the hell man? The Hellfox shouted at the demon who fabricated him beat his groceries. Ah cost there my acceptable fellow. The demon said, causing Naruto to absolutely attending at this guy. What are you some kind of birthmark pimp? Naruto asked with a quirked eyebrow. Oh ho ho my babyish boy no. Allow me to acquaint myself. Alaster said summoning up a business agenda handing it to Naruto. Alaster the radio demon? So afresh where's your bulk ante for your girls? Or do you ambush yourself out instead? He asked. You accept absolutely a aperture on you. Are you new to hell? Alaster asked with a sneer. Not new to hell. But I'll acquaint myself regardless. With my Cossack up your ass if you don't apologize. Naruto told him as he ripped up the business card. Ha! You're every bit as bold as I've heard you are my boy. Alaster said as his eyes abashed ablaze red, snapping his fingers as able bang of air attempt up announcement Naruto abroad skidding beyond the ground. Naruto growled as he bound recovered from this advance and glared and absurd his fingers a bit as he and Alaster stood beyond from anniversary other. Naruto attempt out a beachcomber of lightning no appear the radio demon. Alaster saw the advance artlessly animated as the advance struck. Blame up dust. Ashamed at austere he was boilerplate to be apparent afore Naruto had adventitious ashamed dozens of aroused easily attempt up from the arena lashing out at Naruto. The Apache demon drew out his brand slicing the accoutrements as they came at him ashamed. He noticed a ample adumbration aloft his arch and looked in to see an absolute architecture falling beeline at him. Naruto growled. Appearance ashamed his accoutrements casting out his raisin shuriken appropriate at the architecture acid through the bottle and stones of the tower. Alaster smiled cupping his button and airtight his feel axis the aggregate down. Naruto was hit beyond the head, sending him abolition into the ground. He burst his anchor into the arena, causing several acicular stones to bounce up from the arena as Alastor, alluringly abashed beyond the acreage, afterwards authoritative, a complete abundant to Naruto's own abashing ashamed he sensed article, and was shoved to the arena by Alastor. Naruto dust his teeth annexation at him with his brand as Alastor clashed with his mic/scepter, causing blaze to fly. Naruto accursed off a ample brawl of blaze at Alastor, who airtight his feel, causing the circling orbs to shoot ashamed at Naruto, who gasped as they came abolition into him, smashing him into a adjacent building. Okay, I apperceive this is begrimed affluent advancing from me. But your admiral are bullshit, Naruto shouted out as he got up and absurd his neck. You are absolutely durable. Surprisingly so, actually. But let's analysis how abiding you absolutely are, Alastor said as he twirled his mic agents and his eyes abashed to blaze red. Snapping his feel as a able bang of air attempt up announcement Naruto abroad skidding beyond the ground, but authoritative him about face into smoke. Hey birthmark dick. Alastor smiled at Naruto, who was continuing on the ancillary of the building. Alastor accumulate battlefront activity bullets. Whoop whoop whoop, he said as he dodged the bang attacks. Naruto chuckled at this and his eyes slitted as he acquired an ambience about him and got on his anxiety. As my bang-up says, ball bitch, he yelled as he pulled out his two accoutrements and opened a cursed assurance on Alastor. Alastor spun his mic agents and blocked all the bullets, but afore he could acknowledge Naruto was in advance of him and bargain at face acid the radio demon beyond his nose. Alastor yelled out and jumped ashamed abroad from Naruto. Looks like I drew aboriginal claret asshole, Naruto said with a smirk. Naruto was assured the radio demon would be affronted, but was abashed ashamed. He started laughing. You abashed my handsome face, dog boy, he said, still bedlam like a maniac. Well, you've got a face for radio, so what's a little blister to that beastly mug, Naruto said. As fun as it would be to abide this as a overlord affronted a banal is beneath me, Alastor said. This banal aching your jailbait ass, so go advanced and run bitch, Naruto growled out mockingly. Till we accommodated again, dog boy, Alastor said as he abolished in smoke with the complete of static. Naruto put abroad his guns. Great, now I allegation to grab some added groceries. Naruto scowled at this as he'd larboard the breath to go get added advantage, but what he didn't apprehension was that some Aegis cameras recorded the absolute incident. The abutting day. Phew, that should aloof about do it, Naruto said as he aloof accomplished effective the aftermost of Jessica's actuality that he bought her for her new bedroom. Thank you, Jessica said with the affectionate smile article rarely apparent in hell. Hey! Annihilation for an acceptable attractive demon. Teach, Naruto said with a babyish wink. Are you abiding you're not an incubus? Jessica asked. Would be bigger than my dead-ass bedmate, that's for sure, Jessica said, absolution out of acrimony of her cigarette. Have you run into him ashamed you came bottom ward here? He asked curiously. No, acknowledge Satan, Jessica said animated. She didn't run into her little allegation of an ex. Well, if he any time try to affix you, let me know. I'd like to accept a few words with him, Naruto said, his dejected eyes axis blood-soaked claret red. Is there anyone in hell that you're absolutely abashed of? Jessica asked. Well, a brace weeks ashamed I met this asshole of an overlord in red. We fought. I managed to get a cut to his face, admitting it's apparently healed by now. I kinda gotta say no, Naruto said with a shrug. You fought an overlord? One of the best able beings in hell? After most weak? She asked, addled, as while she was new to hell, she did accept the chargeless advertisement acknowledgement hell's hierarchy. Well, because I am one or at atomic accept the backbone of one. Naruto said. You accept the backbone of an overlord? She asked, still addled with the demon afore her. Well, it's how Verasika gets so able she too may be at Overlord, because how connected and how abundant we go at it, Naruto said. Come with me, she said, avaricious his arm and affairs him to her as she started walking appear her new bedroom. Sure thing, Naruto said enthusiastically. He could aroma her juices as he battened, so he knew she was abutting to amative madness. Lemon start. We see Naruto was abject into a classroom that an aristocratic aerial academy would use with a row of seats and tables, a desk, a atramentus broad, while Jessica pats a adjudicator adjoin her hand. Naruto was affected to sit. Well, what do you accept to say for yourself, Mr. Uzumaki? She said as she approached the Hellfox with an amplitude in her step. Naruto bent on to her roleplay. You are hot as shit, Naruto said with a beam, his anxiety on the table cantankerous-legged and ambuscade a boner. As he looks at Jessica, who is acid-abound white blouse adhering her chest, a pence-dress thigh aerial skirt, atramentus stocking and stilettos alleviate shoes. Naughty boy, she shouted as she sidled up closer. You're in apprehension with me now. I saw what you did to those girls. One of them actuality the arch-bedmate own babe and on academy acreage too. You aren't activity to be abrogation anytime soon. Got that? She asked smugly. How cartel you? Miserable brat. Aloof because you had relations on academy area with some girls doesn't beggarly you can allocution to me like that. She shouted, absolutely accepting into the abecetery role. Jessica stomping adjoined Naruto to accurately him with her adjudicator, but he chock-full the arm and got up attractive her comatose in the eye authoritative her bloom as she acquainted him seeing her for all that she was central and out as if his eyes bore into her soul. I see it in your eyes. You appetite addition to put you into your able-bodied adapted place. Able-bodied today's your advantageous day, bitch. I'm gonna accord you what your pathetic, bending-dicked bedmate won't myself, he told her. Jessica was in amazement as she acquainted him booty, her adjudicator, and began to feel her achievement arena with the carelessness of her skirt. Naruto captivated her button-up afore aptitude bottomward to kiss her. Let's see how far bottomward the adjudicator your juices will cover, he told her with a grin. That's it, Naruto said to her activity her relax and accord into his touch. Do it and afresh we can see how my dick measures to this ruler. Naruto batten huskily into her ear. Mayberry anon came as her juices agitated assimilate the adjudicator bath every inch of it. Good girl, Naruto said giving her a budding a kiss. Holy shit. Ivy never came that adamantine before, Jessica said asthmatic bottomward to her knees. Because clashing your dumbass of an ex-husband I apperceive how to action a woman, Naruto said with a beam. Now, you apperceive what to do next, he said gesturing to his pants. Thwop a beef on beef complete was heard as she stared at the massive lower addendum currently on her face in reverence. Good girl, Naruto said. Please, accomplish me feel loved, Jessica said as she looked up at him pleadingly, seeing the authentic agony in them. Naruto nodded afore accepting ashamed into his abaft character. Come now, let your new god accord you a hand, Naruto said as he effective her horns. What's the matter? The activity of my assurance slapping adjoin your abandoned button too abundant for you, Naruto said animated bottomward at her. She approved to allege but couldn't. Sorry, I don't allege the accent of whore. You apparently should have accomplished me that afore we started this. He mockingly jested at her. Naruto boring pulled out of her aperture acclamation himself a few times to awning her face in added stands of his blubbery white cream. Jessica about lifelessly fell assimilate her ashamed asthmatic rapidly demography in anniversary animation of oxygen greedily. Well, that was a acceptable aboriginal lesson. But I anticipate we should move on to article a little added advanced. Naruto said as he pounced to assimilate her like an beastly on the attic bend her amid his accoutrements, his claws starting to appear out. Wait. Let me catch my breath. Jessica said weakly. Sorry, but I can't do that. Naruto said with a beam afore he put his cape beneath her clothes and tore them off of her abrogation her beneath him. Now naked as the day she was built, in which he bound looked like as able-bodied as he removed his clothes afterwards. Naruto a fresh boring about face added barbarian-like. Looking at him, Jessica's animation anchored as she looked at the Adonis afore her, as she rubbed his abs and muscles. Who's our annoying teacher? Naruto shouted, slapping Jessica's ass adamantine abrogation a fire duke print. I'll accomplish you advise them will you abrasion a collar with my name on it? He said afresh cast her over. Lemon End 8 hours afterwards Naruto's bedroom. Naruto had a cigar in his aperture as he leaned to join the end of his bed attractive at an actual affronted Jessica abutting to him. So can I leave apprehension now Miss Mayberry? He asked smugly. I'd say no so we could bundle added but yes Valerie said. I don't anticipate my holes could booty anymore Jessica said. Naruto chuckled as he kissed her arch as she fell asleep. The abutting day. Naruto now acid a atramentus biker anorak with white fur collar and a red and atramentus biker helmet. Benumbed his motorcycle to assignment with Jessica in an amethyst helmet. As he was attractive at every rooftop, every alleyway, and alike the trash can. Sweetie, what is wrong? Jessica asked. She had Naruto's cape captivated about her. Don't anguish about it, Naruto said as he pulled over and into his parking space. Kit, that's claret lust, that you haven't acquainted in years, and alike the Elementary Academy Abecedory Nose article is up with you. Kurama said. I apperceive Kurama. Like aloof achievement that today is aloof a apathetic day. He thought, IMP main appointment room. Naruto, amuse acquaint me what activity on. Jessica asked Naruto as they absolved in the office. What activity on? Moxie asked seeing how Naruto was acting. Yeah, you're acting like a abandoned second-year blackmailer about the annual purge, with no abode to stay. Millie asked him. Look, I'm aloof activity to say this, but I'd acquainted bloodlust. On our way here Naruto said, as Blitzo and Luna came walking in with a assemblage of papers. Bloodlust. You allegation be smelling one of those succubuses that accepting time of the month? Catechism Blitzo attractive not afraid at all. I said acquainted bloodlust, not aroma claret and lust. Naruto told Blitzo. Ooh, able-bodied how bad could it be? Naruto attractive at the Blitzo. I achievement you did not just jinx us all, for today. Luna said agreement the affidavit on the new lath advancing Blitzo door. Jessica, this is your new desk. Oh, amuse the jinx that is accepted as Murphy's Law. Is aloof article that a accumulation of bodies fabricated up afterwards my antecedent accursed the one with that aftermost name. Well, I'm and Uzumaki and we accept chaotic luck. My antecedent lived on an island amidst by whirlpools. Heaven my aboriginal aggregation mission was C-rank mission about face A. We ran into an S-rank shinobi accepted as the demon of the blood-soaked mist. Naruto said. What did he do to get that name? Moxie asked. Oh, he'd skip a couple of brand levels and automatically accelerating ashamed, he'd annihilate the untired admission class. Naruto said. Well, if you see him actuality acquaint him to stop by, we could appoint him too, Blitzo said. He went to his office. Meanwhile, in a few-hour Goetia mansion, smash, her eyes were blush with ablaze pupils, while beneath anniversary of her eyes are two tear-like streaks as she groaned out loud at the complete of items actuality smashed. She has a white mask-like face and ablaze pupils with some shaggy, scruffy beard feathers. She abject herself out of bed, did her morning stretches, apple pie herself, and put on a blush-blatant dress, a photic calamus capote about her shoulders, blush arm warmers with stars on them, a anemic white adornment forth with a atramentous beanie hat, and a blush chaplet about her neck, walking over to a photo bank of Naruto and herself together. It was unexpected. I didn't accept time to go to a motel, argued the articulation of Stola's Goetia, Octavia's father. Octavia effective her buzz and put on some earbuds to asphyxiate out her parents' loud altercation that consistently seemed biased and played one of her admired songs out loud. She absolved Bottom Ward the anteroom busy with assorted kinds of plants as she jumped over a pot that bankrupt in advance of her afterwards. It was befuddled by her mother who was agreeable at her father. "Here's an imp!" yelled a tall, white aerial demon with curvaceous proportions. She had long, hair-like accoutrement that achromatized to blah at the tips, and an ample gray bandage on her head. She has a abbreviate blush beak and connected arced eyelashes. She has blush arrangement beneath her eyes with red sclera and ablaze white pupils. She wore a white dress with aloof sleeves and calamus trimming, forth with atramentous accents, and atramentous arm-breadth gloves. She was acid acme on her arch emblematic, her cachet of royalty. She was Stella Goetia, Stola's wife, and Octavia's mother. Wham! No! Of advance not, said Stola's declining miserably to acumen with his wife to calm her. Sigh, goodness gracious, sighed Stola's ashamed. He noticed his babe animated appropriately at her. Good morning, Octavia. Did you Betty buy well, my owlet? Was that an austere question? Sighed Octavia sarcastically to her father. Stola's could alone babble, dejectedly animate. He couldn't acknowledgement that. He opened up the refrigerator to retrieve a massive block of adjudicator meat, while anticipative addition affair to accompany up. What's that you're alert to, dear? It's a band, Dad. That's their name, said Octavia with a babyish smile, avaricious her coffee mug. Oh, how charming, said Stola's apprehensive. What affectionate of name was that for a band? He threw the meat in his duke to a massive abridged bulb anchored in a babyish anteroom off the kitchen as it catches the meat in its massive aperture. Bistro it contently. Stola's acclaim pets the pat as it boring avalanche comatose closing its three blush eyes. So, you two done agreeable for the day? Asked Octavia sarcastically while sipping her coffee with Stola's eyes addition at her question. Smash, HH. Stella screamed out in acrimony, smashing addition, abridged bulb authoritative. Stola's blench at the complete of it animate that his wife would be affronted for hours. He absentively that it would be best to booty his babe out of the house, and abroad from the baneful ambience afore he noticed the account blind adjoin the bank abaft her. You apperceive what I haven't done in a long, connected time? I haven't taken you to your admired abode in all of hell. Why don't we go to Lulu Land? Asked Stola's absurdly authoritative. His babe groaned. I'm not bristles anymore, groaned out Octavia. You consistently were so blessed ashamed I took you to Lulu Land. What do you say we go there again? Accept a day aloof the two of us? Asked Stola's adhering his daughter. I'd rather annihilate myself, groaned out Octavia. Bubbler added of her coffee. There we go. Anything but blockage in this house. Now, I'll align our security, said Stola's acrimonious up a buzz. Actuality agitated the aching and aged imp assistant that his wife threw at him. Security for a fair park? Asked Octavia, abashed at her father's actions. We are rich and we're hot. Bodies appetite our money and our bodies, said Stola's, dialing a cardinal while Octavia grabs a box of Atom on the table and begins blasting handfuls into her mouth. Our money, maybe, decrepit Octavia afterwards, burning the aboriginal scattering of cereal. What? Who can assure me? Assure us, said Stola's, hurriedly backpedaling what he said briefly. Apathy. His babe was still in the room. Being allotment of the Goetia ancestors is rather valuable, you know? Octavia artlessly groaned out loud. Animate absolutely who he was activity to call, and pulled her cap bottom ward absent to die from embarrassment. IMP headquarters. Blitzo was in his appointment accomplishing very important work, involving awkward representations of Millie and Moxie fabricated out of appointment food that he puppets around. Amid them is the affected photo of Blitzo with a bathrobe pulled bottom ward off his amateur alluringly and an annual amid his teeth with argument. Annual #1 bitch with boss accounting in red over it. Oh, Blitzo, you're such a acceptable boss, said Blitzo, aggravating to imitate Moxie. Yeah, I absolutely appetite you, sir, said Blitzo, aggravating to imitate Millie. Me too, said Blitzo, assuming Moxie again. You guys, let's three-way, said Blitzo, blurred his puppets beneath his laugh to his bend activity, admiring with himself. Ring. What? Yelled Blitzo angrily, for actuality disconnected as he took a sip of his coffee. Why, hello, my big-dicked Blitzy, greeted Stola's lustfully through the phone. Spit, Goetia Mansion. Spit, IMP headquarters. Slam. What dash? The dash. Dad. Language everyone, said Stolas, with Blitzo and Octavia cursing him out in absolute accord, while Octavia added one added word. I accept a appropriate request. Gee look, I aloof had a actinic peel, so you'll accept to acquisition edition else's face to bulb that feathered ass, groaned Blitzo algidity in disgust. It's for my daughter, said Stolas, twirling the buzz bond with his feathered fingers. Well, accomplish abiding she washes it, commented Blitzo, sitting ashamed bottom ward in his chair. No, not that, said Stolas, taken ashamed by Blitzo's response. I'm demography my babe to Lululand, and I was acquisitive you adventurous little imps would accompany us. We're assassins, but you're in luck. Annual that new guy you beatific to us told us we can get added money for bodyguards. The kid said we can allegation $140 per hour depending on the person's income. Blitzo said, that prefect I'll pay added if you put Naruto on Octavia's guards. By Impy. Stolas said, blind up. Blitzo aces up a megaphone. Worker of IMP were branched to Lululand. Blitzo shouted. Lululand? Asked Moxie in a abashed tone. Smash. Lululand? Yelled Millie, absurdly smashing her arch through the burst window on the door. Lululand, yelled Blitzo through the megaphone. I'll accommodated you all there. Naruto said, abrogation the offices. Lululand. As anon as Naruto got off his broil, he could feel that the air was algid attractive at the action park. He'd frown at seeing the place. And apply like this abode as a kid, Kurama said on his abode on Naruto back. Kit booty her to that Lulu world. Nodded, Naruto said as he did a ambit on the grounds. It good, Naruto said into his earpiece. And a blah van with 2 red stripes abreast the bottom, and an IMP decal aerosol corrective on the side, pulls into an abandoned parking lot. A Atramentus motorcycle pulls up abutting to the van with Naruto removing his aphotic dejected helmet and afraid it on the handle while analysis their surroundings. He was a bit abashed to see the parking lot about empty, and wondered if they were aloof aboriginal arrivals than anybody else. He absolved up abutting to the van and banged it alert signaling that aggregate was clear. Moxie exited the van and opens the ancillary aperture absolution out a actual awkward Stola's addition his limbs while hooting excitedly. His babe exited the van attractive far beneath a flame as she abject her anxiety out of the van. Stola's advisors an apple-themed hat and gestures adjoin the esplanade abuelo authoritative his babe beef out loud and pulls her hat over her face activity acutely ashamed at how abhorrent her ancestor looked. I feel so conflicted about this, said Naruto attractive at demon ability acting like a adoring ancestor to his babe and 18-karat adulation for her like any accustomed parent. Yet somehow he sensed an immense bulk of animalism directed at Pure Blitzo. Animalism that was on ambiguous masochism. What's there to be conflicted about? Asked Moxie. Just a lot of things really. Not absolutely used to seeing and analysis demon ability acting. Well, acting like that, said Naruto locking his motorcycle and helmet alteration his accoutrements and a new boost shotgun that Millie and Moxie gave him. True, but this is our bang-up we're talking about here, said Moxie adjusting his fanny ashamed over his atramentus clothing that he was wearing. Fair enough, said Naruto afterward them into the action park. Now, remember, this is assignment and assignment only. Me and my aggregation are not actuality to amuse your abandoned bird needs. Alright? I'm still breaking in the new guy, said Blitzo activity affronted aloof walking abutting to van with 2 red stripes abreast the bottom and an IMP decal aerosol corrective on the side. Pulls into an abandoned parking lot. A Atramentus motorcycle pulls up abutting to the van with Naruto removing his aphotic dejected helmet and blind it on the handle while analysis their surroundings. He was a bit abashed to see the parking lot about empty and wondered if they were aloof aboriginal arrivals than anybody else. He absolved up abutting to the van and banged it alert signaling that aggregate was clear. Moxie exited the van and opens the ancillary aperture absolution out a actual awkward Stola's addition his limbs while hooting excitedly. His babe exited the van attractive far beneath a flame as she abject her anxiety out of the van. Stola's advisors an apple-themed hat and gestures adjoin the esplanade abuelo authoritative his babe beef out loud and pulls her hat over her face activity acutely ashamed at how abhorrent her ancestor looked. I feel so conflicted about this, said Naruto attractive at demon ability acting like a adoring ancestor to his babe and 18-karat adulation for her like any accustomed parent. Yet somehow he sensed an immense bulk of animalism directed at Pure Blitzo. Animalism that was on ambiguous masochism. What's there to be conflicted about? Asked Moxie. Just a lot of things really. Not absolutely used to seeing and analysis demon ability acting. Well, acting like that, said Naruto locking his motorcycle and helmet summoning his katana and new gun that Millie and Moxie gave him. True, but this is our bang-up we're talking about here, said Moxie adjusting his fanny ashamed over his atramentus clothing that he was wearing. Fair enough, said Naruto afterward them into the action park. Now, remember, this is assignment and assignment only. Me and my aggregation are not actuality to amuse your abandoned bird needs. Alright? I'm still breaking in the new guy you gave me speaking of. Hey kids still accept that feeling, said Blitzo activity affronted aloof walking abutting to Stola's. I bifold but at asperus appear me, so eyes open. Naruto said attractive about aerial effective around. Any on Stola's and Octavia? Millie asked. Kind of yes but no, and I apperceive why. Naruto said attractive at addition up a arch on the Lulu acreage sign. Octavia attending at breadth Naruto was attractive at a man earlier than him acid a white affectation his beard put up the abolished in beam of water. Naruto aloof smiled as a breach fell from his eye. Naruto, are you okay? Octavia asked. Hey, Dad, do we accept a dash? You are so beautiful, ashamed you are serious, said Stolas, aggravating to coquette with Blitzo. I'm actually gonna be sick, groaned Octavia at her father's behavior. Oh, crumbs. I knew today would be a lot. What do you need? Antacids? Ibuprofen? Morphine? Listed off Moxie demography out several pills from his fanny backpack until he took out several rows of hypodermic all-overs abounding with a glow-blooming substance. How did you dash? That was sarcasm, old man, disconnected Octavia while Zack was absorption how Moxie alike fit all that actuality in one babyish fanny pack. Oh, right, chuckled Moxie sheepishly as he alone the all-overs into a adjacent babyish carrying breath, a babyish imp appropriately alcove out to blow them. Whoa, whoa, there little guy. These aren't for you, and these are absolutely not article you appetite to be touching, said Naruto bound, avaricious the alone all-overs with the babyish imp about to cry for accepting his new toys taken away. Naruto bound looked around, and saw adjacent comfortable of an angel character, and bound bought it. Hey little guy, my name is Cherry, which is awe-inspiring because I'm an apple, said Naruto in an asinine articulation authoritative the babyish imp cackle as it accomplished out for his new absolute toy. Naruto chuckled appropriately auctioning the all-overs into a debris can and bent up with his group. He absolved up to Octavia, who was afflictive and groaning with anniversary footfall attractive like she'd rather be anywhere than breath she currently was. You accept princess? Asked Naruto. Don't alarm me that, groaned out Octavia. Then what would you like dash? My name. Naruto, I'd rather my company alarm me by my name, and I'd aloof be anywhere added than here, especially with my dad. Groaned out Octavia attractive at her ancestor and Blitzo as the imp connected to altercate with Stolas. Octavia, you should be blessed that your ancestor is with not all of us had the opportunity, Naruto said. Octavia nodded at this. So are you activity to see that actuality that about face into water? If we're advantageous they'll appear to us, Naruto said, as the accumulation absolved Central the park. When Central Blitzo told Millie and Moxie to accept fun, while the two of them bouncer the two royals owl demons. So how's your acceptance on you abracadabra advancing along? Naruto asked Octavia as they absolved forth with Blitzo and Stolas. Good. I'd started to convenance the basics of abracadabra every weekday. Naruto smiled at her. That abundant, how about I advise you to use your activity to airing up walls? Oh, like a abracadabra ascendancy exercise? Octavia said, canonizing him accomplishing that ashamed they were younger. Naruto, what wrong? Did we aloof get into an icebox? Naruto said, as they were now amidst by walls fabricated of ice. Octavia! Stolas shouted as he approved to breach the ice. Dad, Octavia said. Stolas, the ice won't breach, kids, see if you can acquisition a way out of the ice maze. Blitzo said, on the added ancillary of the ice wall. I achievement you're not mad. Lord Stolas, by our ambition was the fox not the princess. Amuse don't anguish you accept my chat she won't be abuse but etu haku reflashed an effective Octavia and pulled her inside. Will be application the angel Asabate amuse at the avenue the funhouse Naruto, we will be cat and mouse for. He said as the ice absurd and breach into shards as it burst into pieces. Don't anguish Stolas, I'll get her ashamed Haku won't aching Octavia afterwards all he and Zabuza took affliction of our Apache problem. Naruto pointing at block of imps in ice actuality abject to a boiler room. Naruto, how do you apperceive that adolescent man? Stolas asked. Haku Yuki, he's like me but clashing my adolescence. His was like you apperceive what the Germans did to the Jewish bodies in Angel War 2. He went through that B with the bodies with bloodline would be killed. Naruto told them. And they appetite you why? I was a amateur ashamed I met them. Now I'm earlier Zabuza appetite to see what I'm fabricated of. Naruto said. Why couldn't he aloof stop by the office and ask to action you? Blitzo Catechism Naruto. I now appropriate I beggarly it not like we're animate in altered villages, but I assumption he was me at my actual best and my claret is pumping appropriate now. Naruto said walking appear the funhouse that was covered in ice. When I get Zabuza is abundance aloof watch over Stolas. Blitz as able-bodied as Octavia awning the two until I get back. Naruto said as he arch in. No Naruto I'm advancing with you too. Stolas said. Just don't annihilate Haku if things were altered. He would have been an acceptable acquaintance in my village. Naruto said. As the two absolved in the carelessness ride. Ashamed to two saw Octavia was covered in an absolute and bubbler hot tea. Via! Stolas said active adjoin his babe but Naruto pushed him out of the way and application Kurama blocked a behemothic brand captivated by an oni acid affectation of bandages and block ammo. Hello! Brat attending who's all developed up. Naruto said. Nice to see you to no brows. Naruto said. Pushing Zabuza abroad with Kurama skidding forth the grounds. Nice katana kid. Breadth, did you get it? The Oni asked. It's the 9 cape it's still with me in this form. Naruto said he a fresh apprehension the sword. Is that the Kubikirabocho? Breadth, did you get that? The 9 tails. Ha Zabuza said agreement the Kubikirabocho on his shoulder. It a archetype a got from a god named Fox Sky adage I attending brainless without it. Fox Sky breadth is he. Naruto said. Hell if I know. The aftermost time I saw the guy popped in and took some blackmailer to see his wife. Zabuza said he afresh a secular the end of his brand at Naruto. But now that you are he I'm activity to see how able you are and I win I'll be demography your head. Okay, but if I win you and Haku will assignment beneath me. Naruto said as he took his arch out of his ashamed abridged and affronted it on his forehead. The two afresh leaped into their fight. Zabuza swung bottomward the behemothic cleaver. Naruto seeing this acclimated Kurama's brand to bulwark adjoin the blade, to get a butting to Zabuza and punch him in the ribs. Blitzo, Stolas, and Octavia were watching the two fight, while Haku was authoritative some tea. So what the accord with this is Ice Boy actuality acceptable to stop us from abrogation or can we aloof leave? Oh, you can go I'm aloof afterward orders. Hoku said handing over some tea to Stolas and Blitzo. Thank you. So you knew Naruto ashamed you were alive? Stolas asked. I could have comatose him and his accomplished team. Haku said, accepting them to attending at him. Zabuza cleaves Naruto bottomward but he replaces himself with an angel car. Naruto afresh swung a sheath Kurama bottomward on top of Zabuza's head. Animed version him out. Okay, I got my aboriginal million. Naruto said, giving the V-Duke assurance for victory. Cool Naru, I'm glad. Octavia said. Accepting up she afresh chopped his head. But don't be abashed me like that. Naruto nodded his head. Well, I was acquisitive we could still accept our father's daughter's day. Stolas said during Naruto's action they talked have. Oh, can we go to stylish occult? They advertise awe-inspiring taxidermy there. Octavia asked as she looked at her dad. Oh, all right, annihilation for you. Via Stolas said as he hugged Naruto. And can Naruto and Haku appear forth with us? We are still pay for them, right? Octavia said. If it is accept with them. We'll be like shadows, Haku said, removing his mask. She a actual babe face. Well bisected your paycheck. We'll go to the Y boner here. Naruto laughed at this. Y boner 2 Return of the Y boner with Avenges. Naruto joked. Octavia and Stolas chuckled. So Naruto, how accept you been in the accomplished years? Stolas asked as they anesthetized a destroyed cutting bold as they were leaving Lulu Acreage Park. Good I fought the radio demon added then his personality, his address bear assignment and additionally abashed his face. Naruto said he summoned one of his armored cars. So that is how he got that scare. Stolas said. As the smoke abolished bold a four-caster armor auto like catchbasin with a Monty-Ned gun. Hey breadth is Blitzo? Naruto said attractive about them the lot. He backward to let Zabuza what was activity on and afterwards that he'll be demography him ashamed to MP Naruto-sama. Haku said. Octavia looked at him with a Kale-faction glare. Oh Vaya, would you like to go out this Friday? Naruto asked. Are you allurement me? Out on a dare? Octavia asked. I am. Naruto said aperture the aperture for him. In advanced of me? Catechism Stolas. I could be a allotment of bits emo with no personality whatsoever. Naruto said as Stolas accessed the armor catchbasin car. True. Accompany her ashamed afore midnight or I'll coursing you down, he said with red eyes. Yes, sir. Naruto said he shuts the armor door. Afresh he and Haku got in the car drive away. Abrogation Lulu acreage that somehow was on fire.